let the interrogation begin. Susan, the spotlight is on you.
Okay.
I want you to defend a monster to me.
I'm not going to defend anybody. I'm just going to tell my story, and that's it. I have no shame.
Tell your story. I want to hear it.
Okay. So, I guess the story would involve the guy that I feel was my first true love.
Mm-hmm.
He and I met on a movie set.
Okay.
You know, sparks
Romantic.
flew. Yeah.
Romantic setting. I'll give you that.
You know, we bonded over, you know, the fact that we had passion about animals. Like he takes in stray dogs and takes care of them.
great
And I'm a big
sign.
animal
That's a good
lover.
sign, definitely.
You know, we talked about literature and things like that. He was a crew guy. He was a grip, but he wanted to be a photographer. So that was his real passion. So we talked about our passions, which, you know, led to passions other places.
All right. Sounds like a nice
and
guy.
It was awesome. you
Was he a
know.
good boyfriend?
I don't know. He wanted to be my boyfriend, or I'm not sure, because it was a back and forth thing.
A non-committal guy?
Well, we lived far apart from each other. I had to
hard.
drive 3 hours to see him.
Did he ever drive to see you?
No, he didn't.
Ooh. I have to ask, because I've done the
Okay.
long-distance
Yeah.
relationship thing. You drive the 3 hours. Was
Yes.
it always a good payoff? Did you always have a good time at the end of the 3 hours when you
We
saw him?
did, yes, always.
Always.
So it was
That's why I
worth
did
it.
Yeah, it was worth it
yeah.
for me. Except the only problem was, like, sometimes, you know, the next day he might be a little distant from me.
Okay.
And it kind of grew over this time. And
So you broke up with him?
well, not really. So it was kind of back and forth. Like I said, he would ask me to come see him. I'd come see him, but then he wasn't sure if he wanted to commit to me. But we always had a great time. And then this date that I drove 3 hours to see him, I was all dressed up, you know, my nice dress, and ready for my big night out with him. And I show up and I go to this door, and there's a note on the door saying he was ending things.
What?
You drove 3 hours to find a note.
A
Yes.
note.
He wrote, like, I'm sorry, I'm not here. I had to leave this note because I can't face you. But, you know, I wish you well, and I hope you find, you know, the person that you're supposed to be with. You know?
He made
God.
you drive
That is
3
weak.
hours.
Yeah.
That is weak.
And then I find out a
Coward.
week later.
Totally.
I found out a week later that we spoke on the phone, and he was actually home. And he
He was home when he left
Yes.
the note on the door?
He hid his van behind his house so I wouldn't see it.
Oh my God.
That's almost creepy, really.
So needless to
it's
say, I
kinda
didn't speak to him for 11 years.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're supposed to say, I never spoke to him again. Where does 11 years come into
We
play?
all have curiosity after time. I mean, I think I always had feelings for him, and even though I moved
You
on,
wanted, let's use the line, you wanted closure.
I wanted closure. And I was, at the time, you know, 11 years later, I was in this relationship that I wasn't happy in. You know, I wasn't being
You
treated
were
the way I thought
vulnerable.
I wanted to be treated.
Okay,
So I
you're
was
vulnerable. Yeah.
curious. So I Googled him, as we all tend to do. And, you know, kind of harmless, I found out he was married, you know, through this. And he'd been doing photography, and he had these great film and TV credits. And so I was like, wow, I'm proud of him.
Did he have children?
No children.
Okay.
And so I emailed him to let him know I was doing well, that I'd been doing my acting and theater for years, and, you know, that I still look good. So I just wanted, you know, some closure. I wanted to say hi, you know, something harmless.
Good. So you said hi.
I said hi.
What did he do?
He wrote back and said he was so happy to hear from me. He had been trying to track me down for years to apologize to me for
An
how
apolo-
he had treated me, and that he had grown up, and, you know, he wished it was a different time to replace, kind of thing. Like it would have been different.
How
But he
old was
wasn't
he
ready.
at the time when this all happened?
37.
Wait a minute,
Wait,
37,
wait,
11 years later?
11 years later? Or
No, at the start.
Oh.
He was a little older than.
when he left the note, he was 37.
Yeah.
Oh my
He was
God.
Kind of an age difference. But
So he finally grew up.
so he finally grew up at age 50.
What was he doing at age 50? Was he a photographer?
Photographer, yes. He said he wanted to be given a second chance, kind of thing. Not at a relationship, but to redeem his bad behavior.
Sure.
And he decided he would fly me to his studio. We were still separated by miles, and to do my headshots for free.
Okay.
That was nice.
So I said, you know, I was curious, and it had been some time. And
Was
I
it going to be you and him alone in his studio? I'm asking. I'm the guy.
I didn't know at the time, but yes, it turned out that way.
How did the shoot go?
Well, at first I thought it was going okay, but he said, like, the pictures weren't turning out that well. And, you know, it was probably because we were both kind of tense. We hadn't seen each other in a while, and we just kind of went straight into this photo shoot. So he always knew how to make me laugh. So in order to make me laugh, he dropped his pants
Just his pants, not the underwear. I mean, pants is bad.
at first.
What do you mean at first? The underwear went down too?
Yes.
Oh.
Don't worry, I didn't look.
Yeah.
Maybe a peek.
You've already seen it before. It's not like it.
No, let me go on record here. I'm not a married man. But I'm pretty sure a husband is not supposed to expose his Johnson to an ex-girlfriend. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's
Crossed
fact.
the line a little.
He broke some rules.
Yes,
Bad
yes.
guy.
Did it make you laugh?
It did make me laugh. And the pictures turned out well. So
Well, okay.
much better than before.
Just wonder if he does that with all of his.
So was that it? You did the photo shoot, never saw him again, never spoke to him
No,
again?
we tried to be friends. We we maintained a relationship for a couple of years. Just friendship.
Was
But
there suggestion?
It was a little in the gray area. So there were still feelings there, and it was kind of still him pulling me back and forth, kind of holding a little carrot over me, saying, "Oh well, what if things were different? Like if
The
my
old
wife
what
did
if.
leave me, like maybe," but never ever giving me what I wanted once again. So yeah,
I think that is a bad guy.
I think so too.
And I'm fired up here. I'm going to accuse you that you knew that. I'm going to say that a guy who dumps you via a note after a 3-hour drive is a bad guy who does not deserve a second chance. The most you should have given him was a phone conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, you're sorry, boom. But you let it be more than that.
I really cared about him,
Susan,
and I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Susan, I'm split here. I'm split. I adore you. You're filled with hope, optimism,
Right.
but people will take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And what I'm worried about is you will let people take advantage of it. No response. So with that sadness in my heart, this is what you've driven me to. I'm turning to Stacy now.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Stacy.
Voice of reason. Voice
Stacy,
of reason.
you are the voice of reason. You are the person who calls it like you see
That's
it.
right. That's
you
what I
call
do.
a bad guy a bad guy, right?
That's right.
You've never dated a bad guy, right?
Oh, and we were all young and naive once now, aren't
Oh.
we? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna take you back.
How
to,
young?
I was 16.
Oh,
I was 16, young,
Yeah.
and I dated
course.
the biggest druggie in my entire high school, and it was a big high school,
Wow.
very
Okay.
large.
And you're not a druggie.
No, I was very clean.
now when you say druggie, are we talking a little bit of grass here?
Oh, I
or
wish it was just that. I really do. No, there was
Oh.
some.
was he in the business itself?
Yes, he was an entrepreneur. Guess maybe that's the one good thing.
You
I
were
can say
16. Your parents let this happen?
Oh, they didn't know. Are you kidding me? I
You-
didn't bring him home to mom
course
and
not.
dad. I hid him.
For good reason? Were there
Yes.
secret rendezvous of romantic interludes? And
Oh, he treated me like crap. Oh, he did. It seemed romantic in its own way.
this is the whole crux of this episode. You chose to be with a bad guy. You did.
Oh, I did.
And you ended it, right? I'm saying this suspiciously. Did you end it?
No, actually, he ended it with me.
Wow.
Broke my heart.
Aw.
You were 16. There had to have been some nice guys at the school. Why didn't you date one of them? I'm sure you had options.
What does that have to do with anything? My actions and choices are my own. They're not dictated by the men I have in my life, Owen. No, I'm the captain of my own ship.
I know that's a wonderful statement of whatever, but
Of truth.
Whatever.
Hey,
no. Here's how it works. Your life is better when you have good people in it. When you invite bad people in, bad things happen. People get hurt. Normally you. You guys are wonderful women, right? And I know for a
Yes.
fact.
Yes, we are.
And I know for a fact that each of you, on one occasion or another, has had a nice guy interested in you. And when I say nice guy, I don't mean the guy who played tuba in marching band in high school. I'm talking about a guy who remembers your birthday,
Yeah.
who's there for you when you need him, who's fun to be with. And I know that each of you has looked at that guy and said, I see you as a friend.
I think that's actually rare to find a guy
Oh,
that has
no.
all those qualities.
No,
but,
I'm looking
you know.
at Susan. She won't make eye contact with me right now. Susan, have you said that to a guy?
Many, many times.
jam the knife in, huh? Just jam the knife in. A2, Brutus, A2. I want to end the episode on an upbeat note. So I'm going to say this. All three of you are dating wonderful, nice guys these days, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
But we got to this place by learning through the mistakes that we've made in our past.
Yes, we are.
You have to make it through the bad to get to the good.
No matter who got hurt in the process.
Yeah.
Whether it was you.
Life's painful.
That's the Stacey I know and love. All right. Well,
It's unavoidable.
I wish everyone the best, and I don't have answers. And I don't know if we even got any answers out of all of that discussion. But maybe we just got some insight and understanding. That's not enough.